Variety TV here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about War Thunder. War Thunder is a game that is definitely in my top 3 games of all time, if not my favorite game. But with that said, there are a lot of problems, issues, bugs, exploits, and tons of other things that I will talk about in this video that really just ruin the game or ruin the experience overall. But also, with that said, you should play War Thunder. I am not discouraging anyone from not playing the game. I am just giving a fair warning that this game may not turn out as you expect. So that brings me to the first topic of the video, the absolute monetization of War Thunder and the overall pay-to-win meta, which is probably one of the biggest problems in this game. The monetization of War Thunder started very long ago, and it hasn't really changed. In fact, the overall monetization of the game has accelerated since the game was just supposed to be a fun battle simulator for planes, turned into a absolutely massive platform that millions of people play daily, and Gaijin saw this as a huge exploit. And the reason that this monetization exists is simply because of the absolutely massive tech trees that are in the game. Just Google it and you will find that grinding any tech tree in War Thunder will take up to a year. It will take the average player a year to grind an entire tech tree in the game, which is just horrible. This should not be the case. So, what players end up doing is they buy premium time, which basically, while active, gives you accelerated research points and Silver Lion gain. Premium vehicles are similar. They are basically just normal vehicles, except you have to use IRL money, and they give you twice the Silver Lions and research points. And usually the premium vehicles tend to be much more overpowered than all of the other vehicles in the tech tree, which makes the pay-to-win meta unbalance the entire game. And that has just been a huge problem in War Thunder for quite some time now. Now, for my next topic of the video, I will talk about just how unplayable War Thunder can be sometimes and how to cope with it. So, I do find myself in many situations hating War Thunder for what it is. And that's usually when I spend hours on end grinding just to realize that I've been grinding weeks just to get one vehicle. Because once the RP gain starts to get so high that it takes weeks or hundreds of hours on end just to get one or two vehicles, the grind starts to feel hopeless. And this is where many War Thunder players, like myself, end up just quitting the game, which by all means makes sense and is completely justifiable. But the best coping mechanism for this is honestly to just take a break from the game, because War Thunder is incredibly rage-inducing and also very difficult and requires lots of strategy and map knowledge and just overall time invested into the game to know what your vehicle does and needs to succeed. So that means that in order to play this game on hours on end, the main thing you need to do is just take a step back and take a break. Because if you don't do that, you'll probably just end up quitting the game all out. That brings me to the final topic of the video, which is overall playstyle. Playstyle is what defines you as a player in the game War Thunder. And it is so incredibly vital to have the proper mindset and playstyle while playing War Thunder so that you can progress through tech trees without issue. And honestly, there are many playstyles in this game, but really only one of them is effective. Most of the players playing the game right now have the playstyle of a simple thinker. All they do is they just rush objectives, capture them, and then spawn camp. Although this playstyle isn't necessarily bad, it's also not viable whatsoever. And these players usually end up being sent back to the hangar with 1 kill and 1 objective captured. Which, although you can progress with that, you will not get very far without quitting the game or just spending thousands on top tier premiums. Which brings me to the second playstyle. This playstyle is by far the most effective for players in ground RB. This playstyle being the positioner. These players have elite map knowledge and vehicle knowledge, so they know exactly what to do and when to do it in the game. And this player gets nukes very often, and they also grind the tech tree at a much more steady rate than the average player, simply because of their positioning, which is the most important part of War Thunder. I cannot emphasize enough that your overall position on the map will determine how well your game goes. And this is also determined by the vehicle you have, which brings me to my next topic, the light vehicle meta. Although the light vehicle meta is not really anything horrible, it is still kind of a problem, because this game is a one-shot kill most of the time. Light vehicles become incredibly overpowered when positioning, because you can get into higher places and more advantageous positions first and before other vehicle classes are even there, allowing you to get the jump on them and win the confrontation, which is a pretty big problem, but it is how the meta goes. And I'm just gonna say this War Thunder is a really great game with all of that said. So I highly suggest you try it out, but now you know the truth about the game itself and how to deal with the overall meta, playstyle, pay to win, and all of the above in this video. So, hopefully that helps. Good luck, and see you in the next one.